Once upon a time, a crow was flying across a village. After a while, he felt tired and landed on a branch of a big tree near a pond. As he rested, he noticed a swan gracefully swimming in the pond. The swan's feathers were shiny white, clean, and bright. Its beauty attracted the attention of the villagers, who gathered around the pond to admire it. The crow watched in amazement. Wow, everyone loves the swan because of its white feathers, he thought. Feeling curious, he flew down to get a closer look. But as soon as the villagers noticed him, they waved their hands to scare him away. "Go away, dirty crow," they shouted. The crow felt embarrassed and quickly flew to another tree branch. From there, he continued to watch the swan. The villagers remained near the swan, smiling and talking about its beauty. "Nobody cares about me like that," the crow thought sadly. "Maybe it's because of my black feathers. They think I'm dirty and ugly." Every time the crow tried to go near the pond, the villagers would chase him away. Hurt and upset, he flew far away from the village, deep into a forest. He found a quiet tree branch, sat down, and started to cry. "Why did Allah make me like this?" he sobbed. "If only I had white feathers like the swan, everyone would love me too." Just then, an old crow flew by and noticed the young crow crying. He landed beside him and gently asked, "Why are you so sad, young one?" The young crow wiped his tears and replied, "I'm sad because I'm not beautiful. Look at my black feathers. No one likes me. I wish I had white feathers like the swan." The old crow smiled kindly and said, "If you could look like any bird in the world, which one would you choose to be?" Without thinking, the young crow quickly replied, "I want to be like the swan. Everyone admires its white feathers." The old crow nodded and said, "If that's truly what you want, there's a magical spring deep in this forest. If you bathe in its water with a pure heart, you can change how you look. But before you do that, why not ask the swan if it is truly happy?" The young crow agreed. He thanked the old crow and flew back to the pond to talk to the swan. As he landed near the swan, he greeted it respectfully. "Dear swan, you must be the happiest bird in the world. Your white feathers are so beautiful and everyone loves you. Are you happy?" The swan looked down, her eyes filled with sadness. "Thank you for your kind words," she said softly. "But I am not as happy as you think. People admire my feathers, yes, but they also keep me as a pet. I can't live freely. When I grow old and lose my beauty, they might even kill me for my meat. I have no control over my life. I'm always scared of what will happen to me tomorrow." The crow was shocked. "I'd never thought of that," he said. "If you're not happy, then who do you think is the happiest bird?" The swan thought for a moment and replied, "I believe the parrot is the happiest bird. Its colorful feathers are even more beautiful than mine, and people don't eat parrots." The crow thanked the swan and flew off to find a parrot. He searched for a long time until he finally spotted one sitting on a branch, its red, green, and blue feathers shining in the sunlight. "Dear parrot," the crow said with excitement, "your feathers are so colorful and bright. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The parrot let out a heavy sigh. "My feathers may be beautiful, but they are also a curse," he said. "Because of my beauty, humans trap me in cages. I spend my life locked up, unable to fly freely like you. I'm always scared, wondering if I'll ever be free again." The crow felt sadder than before. "If you're not happy either, then who do you think is the happiest bird?" he asked. The parrot replied, "I think the peacock must be the happiest bird. Its feathers are the most beautiful of all. People admire it, but they don't lock it up in small cages like me." Once again, the crow thanked the parrot and flew off to find a peacock. After searching for a while, he finally reached a zoo. There, he spotted a peacock spreading its colorful feathers while visitors crowded around, taking pictures and praising its beauty. The crow's heart filled with hope. "This must be it," he thought. "The peacock must be the happiest bird in the world." He flew down and said, "Dear peacock, you are the most beautiful bird I have ever seen. Your colorful feathers are amazing. You must be the happiest bird on earth." The peacock looked at the crow with tired eyes and said, "No, my friend, I am not happy at all." The crow was surprised. "But why?" "Everyone loves you and admires your beauty." The peacock shook his head sadly. "Yes, they admire me, but they don't see my pain. Do you know what happens when people want my feathers? They pluck them from my body, and it hurts so much. People don't care about how I feel. They only care about my feathers. And even though I live in a big cage, I am still trapped. I cannot fly freely like you." Hearing this, the crow realized something important. "So you think I'm lucky?" he asked. "Yes," replied the peacock. "No one chases you for your feathers. No one locks you in cages. You are free to fly wherever you want. I would trade all my beauty to have your freedom." The crow was silent for a moment, thinking about everything he had heard. He remembered how sad the swan, the parrot, and the peacock were. Even though they were all more beautiful than him, he realized that being free to live his life as he wished was more valuable than having pretty feathers. This story teaches us that everyone has struggles, even those who seem to have a perfect life. When we compare ourselves to others, we only make ourselves unhappy. Instead, we should be thankful for the blessings we have. Each one of us is unique, and no one can be a better version of you than you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story. Until next time, take care and keep moving forward.